Russia is winning the war. In this, no one else but America's President Donald Trump is supporting Putin. It's been 3 years since the Russia-Ukraine war. All the world experts have said that Putin can never win this war. But today, he has sent a secret soldier to America who can help him win this war. And that soldier is not none other than Donald Trump. Trump and Putin has made Ukraine a fool. How? This strategy is based on 3 pillars, which we explained in this video.
Zelensky will be brooding.
Ukraine cannot go into NATO.
Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky has suffered an embarrassing blow,
America has lost interest in defending Ukraine.
being forced to bow to US President Donald Trump's demands.
The United States under Biden didn't do loans. They just handed money every time somebody walked in from Ukraine. They just handed them money. I do want security for our money.
The U.S. will gain access to critical Ukrainian mineral deposits.
To sign an agreement that would give the US up to $500 billion in revenue from Ukraine's rare earth minerals in exchange for their support during the war.
I'll be dealing with President Putin largely.
It is advantage Putin.
Rare earth metals, very important components, very important resources for modern industries. We are ready to work there with our foreign partners, including American ones.
It looks like the Russian president will have the last laugh.
As soon as Donald Trump come to the presidency, he shocked the whole world. Similarly, some time ago, China released its AI DeepSeek, whose features shocked the whole world. The world has become ready for AI. Now the only question is whether you are ready for AI or not. To get ready for AI, Chapter 1, Putin and Trump's friendship. The first pillar of Russia's strategy is Trump. During the Cold War, Russia and America were enemies. But in Trump's presidency, these relations can change a lot. Putin often praises Trump. Watch this video.
President Trump is a smart person.
Не знаю, но на меня произвело это впечатление.
He is not only a smart person, he is a pragmatic person.
And Trump also liked this a lot.
I like that he said that because that means what I'm saying is right.
This is not an one-sided love at all. The feelings are mutual.
He's smart. He understands. I got along with him really well.
Last year, Trump said that if he was the president, then Russia-Ukraine war would not have happened. And the same thing is repeated by the Russian president. Wait, I am confused. Russia and America are enemies, right? Then how can Russia and America agree on everything? Let's see some factors where Putin and Trump's interests are not different, but the same. Number 1 is NATO. Putin does not want Western influence to come in his border. Russia invaded Ukraine, so that Ukraine does not join NATO. Similarly, Trump is America first in this mindset. He does not want America's money to be wasted in European conflict. Number 2, both are focused on energy. Russia's economy is based on oil export, and Trump also want to control oil price. Number 3, both do not like the deep state, and both do not like Zelensky either. Now, this is a little personal, but for Trump, politics is also a personal power play. Actually, many people may not know, but Zelensky play a very big role in the investigation against Trump. Let's divide a little. Why did Trump lose the 2020 election? Zelensky was also involved in this. Actually, in 2019, geopolitics was a little different. No one expected that the pandemic would come. China does not play cricket, but still, with the help of the pandemic Google, it has changed the entire geopolitics. So what happening before the pandemic in 2020? Actually, in 2019, Donald Trump was preparing for the upcoming election. While preparing for this, he called Zelensky. He wanted something against Joe Biden. So Trump tried to criticize Ukraine that the election that took place in 2016. In that, find something against Joe Biden after listening to which Joe Biden will lose the upcoming election. But this thing got leaked in the media, and Trump was also investigated for foreign interference. Trump thinks that Zelensky leaked this thing, and Trump wants revenge for this. Because of Zelensky, Trump lost the 2020 election. Now, Trump also wants to be responsible for Ukraine's defeat, and that too in such a way that ultimately Trump's image remained as a peacemaker. But then actually, Ukraine lost and Russia win. Today, Trump calls Zelensky a dictator without election because Russia-Ukraine conflict is causing no election in Ukraine. So technically, Zelensky should not be the president, right? Trump is forgetting that whenever there is a war, there cannot be election in that country. But what difference does it make? Trump wants to remind the world that this conflict started not in 2022, but in 2014. And for this, the deep state was also responsible. The second pillar of Putin's strategy is to bring the real truth of the conflict to the world. Because of this conflict, the hate against Russia and the Russians has increased a lot. The whole world considers Russia as a villain, and it is very important to change this public perception So Russia want to keep its point of view in front of the world. If you think that this conflict started in 2022, then you are wrong. This conflict started in 2014 with the Euromaidan protest. Ukraine's then President Yanukovych did not want to make a free trade agreement with Europe. Instead, he wanted to maintain close tie with Russia, and there were large-scale protests against them. The government collapsed and a pro-Western government came into power. In this whole story, the deep state can be involved. What is the deep state and how does it interfere in different countries? We explain this in this video. After this, in March 2014, Russia attacked Crimea and took this part of Ukraine. That is, Crimea was, and separatist movements also start in Donetsk and Luhansk. Because of this, Ukraine thought that now we will join NATO, so that tomorrow Russia does not take more parts of Ukraine. On 24 February 2022, Russia attacked Ukraine. This year, that attack was complete 3 years. What happened in these 3 years? What did both countries lose and gain? Let's understand. Both the war started in 2022. Ukraine's map looked like this. In February 2022, the yellow highlighted area were controlled by Russian rebels. But after 24 February, Russia immediately captured Donetsk and Luhansk, region of eastern Ukraine. Putin's perspective was that Ukraine's government was torturing people of Donbas region, and to save them, Russia was attacking Ukraine. Russia attacked North Ukraine through Belarus, attacked eastern Ukraine from Russia territory, and attacked southern Ukraine from Crimea. In fact, Russia had almost reached Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. But only Ukraine had America's support. That's why Ukraine was able to stop Russia. How much aid did Ukraine get? There is no consensus in many agencies about this. But many people believe that Ukraine bought $250 million aids in these 3 years. And America contributed the most in this. Apart from this, Ukraine got US-made ATACMS missiles which had a range of 190 km. They got HIMARS multiple rocket launcher system. They got M777 Howitzers. UK and France provide Storm Shadow missiles to Ukraine, which can be fired at a range of 250 kilometers. In 2023, USA gave permission to send F-16 fighter jets, and US pilots were giving tactical training to Ukrainian soldiers. UK gave them Star Trek's anti-missile system. USA gave cluster bombs. Different tanks were also sent. Turkey also supplied its Bayraktar TB2 drones to Ukraine. And because of this, Ukraine also counter-attacked Russia. In 2022 and 2023, Ukraine was able to win back some areas captured by Russia. In fact, you may not believe it, but Ukraine has also captured a portion of Russia. Now, the war is on the condition of settlement. Both sides are tired. They are completely exhausted. Russia is slowly capturing a small area on the eastern side. They are moving toward a Ukrainian city, Pokrovsk. But Donald Trump has said that it is not possible to go to the borders of Ukraine. In 2014, if this war stops with Donald Trump being the president, the only time will tell how the borders of both countries will be. Chapter 3. Putin's next move. Putin's third pillar is temporary peace. Now Russia has captured almost 1/5 of Ukraine. Trump and Putin had a 90-minute phone conversation with each other. Their leaders also met in Saudi Arabia. Now, it seems that this war is about to end. But what will be Putin's next move? Will he also retire as a farmer like Thanos? Well, I don't think so. You must have noticed that between Russia and America, it is about Ukraine. But there is no Ukrainian leaders to keep the point of view of Ukraine. They are not invited. That is, Ukraine does not have a chance to decide what will be the fate of Ukraine. That is, you can conclude that as soon as Donald Trump wins the election, the little hope Ukraine had is also completely gone. You see, Russia believes in a frozen conflict approach. What does it mean? Russia's objective is to increase its sphere of influence. Russia wants to control some area instead of taking over the whole country. If there is a conflict between Europe and Russia tomorrow, these areas can act as a buffer zone. These are the areas where separatist movements are very strong. Russia wants to bring a supportive government in the rest of the country and wants to leave them just like that. You see, Russia is already the largest country in the world. And if all the land that Russia has captured in Ukraine is joined in Russia, then Russia's land will also increase by 0.7%. That's why I don't think that Russia just wants land. Russia wants a lesson for Europe. Who is the real boss? Now, the next attack will be on Europe. When will it happen? I don't know, but it will definitely happen. In chapter 2, we saw how Ukraine was unable to defeat Russia even after getting the help of all the country. That is, Putin has exposed that the Western world is not as strong as its look. They are not united, and this is going to be their weakness. When it's come to the military, everyone is dependent on America. And by doing this, Russia may attack Finland in the future or attack Poland, which is a part of NATO. But before that, Putin will convince Trump to leave NATO. Zelensky warned about all this at the security conference in Munich. What do you think? Will Trump leave NATO? Let me know in the comments. Chapter 4. Conclusion. In fact, in Trump's second term, he is standing as the smartest leader in the world. The statement is very controversial. Maybe you may also find it stupid because Trump and smart. These two words do not seem right in one statement. Now, what is the conclusion? How will the war end? Number 1. Russia will not return the territory it has captured to Ukraine. The map of Ukraine will change completely. Number 2. Ukraine will never become a part of NATO, and neither will Ukraine ever get any aids from the America. Number 3. In return for the help provided by America of Ukraine so far, America will ask for the contract to mine rare earth minerals in Ukraine. This will benefit the American companies and the America. Number 4. Sanctions will be lifted from Russia. Today, 24,000 sanctions has been imposed on Russia. After this is lifted, trade can return to normal. Did you notice? All the good news in this is only for Russia. Ukraine get a nothing. This will essentially be Ukraine's defeat. But it will be so that Russia is returning and a scattered Ukraine is leaving behind. In rebuilding efforts, America will come, directly or indirectly. This is what I predict. I could be right. I could be wrong. What do you think? What will happen? Tell us in the comments below. I believe Trump would like the war to stop and Russia's control over Ukraine. Take out Ukraine's Zelensky and choose a pro-Russian government in which Russia has an advantage, Trump has an advantage. And because the war stopped, Europe has an advantage. And that's why I say Trump is really smart. Today, Trump wants Ukraine to give America the permission to mine minerals instead of the $500 billion support it gave to Ukraine. Zelensky believes that America gave $500 billion as a grant, not as a loan. So, Ukraine does not own America's anything. In such a situation, it seems that Zelensky is fighting a losing battle, where on one side is Russia and on the other side is America. On one side is the mine and on the other side is the well. That is, Ukraine already has enmity with Russia, and now there will be no friendship with America either, and this will be Ukraine's defeat. So, what is the lesson for India in all this? The lesson is that no friend is our permanent friend. As soon as the leaders of the countries change, their policy can change, and their friendship can turn into enemy. When this conflict started, India remained neutral, and the whole world, especially Europe, citizen India's neutrality. Under John Biden, America was even going to impose sanctions on us. But today, we know that this was the right decision. If we had not remained neutral, then India could have suffered a lot because of the war. If we had not bought oil from Russia, our oil would have become more expensive, and we would have lost an old ally like Russia. If you got values from this video, then you can learn about Putin, his history, and his agendas in this video. After watching this video, your Putin's real intentions will be clear, because we will always have to reminder that in geopolitics, there are no permanent friends, only temporary interest. And this is the important thing. It makes a difference to me.